Hello. I changed my development environment again. I spent like 2 days setting up Vim because I just got sick of VS Code. Um, so before I started doing that, I was in the middle of something, um, which I can't show right now. Hold on. So I think it exists in the current build technically. So here's the grand scheme that I'm working on is you could wait for a Windows Defender to scan all of these DLLs. You can create this thing called a script block, so you can write Lua code in this block, and the idea is you could either write a function that looks something like this, which would generate audio from nothing, or you could so this is broken in the current build, but or you could write a function called process input, and then it will take whatever audio is coming from the lanes above, and you could do processing on that audio in a Lua script, and it's all like offline processing, so it doesn't matter how slow it is. It's all going to just happen in a background thread, and then it will integrate with the current baking system. So that's what I was working on. Then I had this realization that so I have to change the way sample loading works. So there's like 20 different ways of generating sample data in Blockhead. Like, for example, if you load a file, that's one way of generating sample data. If you see if I can generate something really long. If you like bounce, you can see this is loading sample data in a background thread. And up until now, I've made a very sensible assumption that while sample data is loading, I made the assumption that sample data is always loaded sequentially from beginning to end. So I allocate a buffer, and oh my god, the new MS Paint. How do I increase this pencil size? Is it? Nope. So I make the assumption that we're going to load frames like this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, from left to right or beginning to end. In all cases, no matter how the sample data is being generated, and there's like, I don't know, 10 or 20 different ways that sample data can be generated. It could be from loading file, it could be from bouncing, it could be the baking process that happens. It could be creating sample data from the input buffer. It's all these different ways of doing it. Loading from a zip file when the project is being loaded. So this assumption works in all of those cases. And then one of the upshots of that is just an interesting thing that I implemented just because it was easy is while the sample data is still loading, you can still, like if the sample data is loaded up to here, for example, if you start playing back the song to the left of this point where it's uploaded up to, it will work. You'll be able to hear the sample the part of the sample that has been loaded. But then if you play back the bit over here, then it will be silent until it loads. Anyway, I'm going to remove that feature. So I'm no longer going to be making the assumption that sample data is always loaded from left to right, or should stop saying left to right, but beginning to end. Because with the script blocks, I don't want the script writer to have that stipulation. So they can just, I'm just going to give them a buffer to write into, and they can write data to any point in any order. Or they could just, it might not even make sense to be doing things like that. It might be they just want to run an external program on the buffer of data and then read the temporary file back in and then just assign the entire buffer in one go. Or they might be doing some weird effect where they have like audio data coming in from the lane above, and you could do an effect where you like just scramble bits of the buffer. So we just take that buffer and we say move this bit over to here and move this bit over to here, something like that. So it doesn't make sense anymore to assume that we just have a sequence of frames that we're generating from beginning to end, because that stipulation just sort of what's the word? It rules out a bunch of interesting effects that you could potentially write using Lua scripts. So I've been just refactoring things to remove that assumption, and then also doing more work on the Lua scripting stuff. And then in the middle of all that, I got really sick of VS Code because I think VS Code is bad. That's the conclusion. I used to be a big Vim guy years ago. Before even NeoVim was a thing, or if NeoVim existed at all, then it wasn't as mature as it is now. So I've been playing around with NeoVim and setting up, and these fucking nerds, they know what they're doing. They've been cooking. These guys in the Vim world, in my absence, Vim has got a bit of a facelift, it seems. Right, what was I doing? Let's just fix all these compile errors. So I'm still getting used to being in Vim. But it's already much nicer. And I have all of these custom key bindings that I've set up, which I'm not going to remember. It's going to take me a while to remember all of these key bindings. Okay. What did I do here? So it's like that, and like that. Have a sip of coffee. The one thing that I didn't manage to set up was integrated debugging. I'm not going to be doing that. It doesn't work on Windows. The Visual Studio debug adapter can't be used with anything other than Visual Studio or VS Code, because Microsoft doesn't legally allow you to do it, and even if you want to do it, it's a technical hell to sort it out. I tried compiling with Clang and using LLDB like I did when I was in VS Code. I tried it there as well. I had exactly the same problem. LLDB just is unusably slow on Windows. I don't know why. I found like a couple of people online who had the same problem. No one seems to care or even acknowledge that it's a problem that needs to be fixed. So LLDB, you can't use it on Windows as far as I can tell. It takes like skipping over a single breakpoint takes like 40 seconds. So at first it seems like it's not working at all, but then you just wait like 30 to 40 seconds and then it steps over a breakpoint. That's no good. And then the other option was like compile with GCC and then use GDB on Windows, which I'm fucking not going to do, obviously. Anyone who has messed with using GDB on Windows knows the hell of using GDB on Windows. So anyway, if I press F5, what I've set up is it will just launch WinDBG instead. Which apparently I am not that familiar with WinDBG. I haven't used it that much, but supposedly it's quite powerful if you learn how to use it. So I'll be learning more about WinDBG. So there's no like direct integration with the editor, but I don't need that. Oh, it linked? Oh, okay. So here I need to make this Lua state switch. I can't remember to do. I think I did it already. State. No, it's sol state. Okay. And I don't even have this script available at this point yet, because I have to wire all these data structures together. Info Lua open libraries. Oop. Lua script. I don't know how I'm handling errors yet. I would have to think about that. Yeah, how am I handling errors? So I have to handle errors here when I'm loading the script, and then also when executing it, but I don't even know. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some funny stuff where, because Lua's like really flexible, you can do this crazy thing where you can like execute a Lua script a certain number of instructions at a time. So I'm going to be doing that. I can't remember why I decided on that. It's just to make things easier to wire everything into what I already have. If I can execute it a little bit at a time. Script. So this core is going to have this. trying to remember all my key bindings. I have one to switch between header and source. What is it? Is it that? Nope. Is it that? Yes. That's not what I want. Script text. I need to get better at navigating between files. At the moment, I'm literally just using the telescope plugin for everything, but shouldn't be necessary really. If you have buffers already open, I think you can do things quicker in ways that I'm not sure how to do yet. I've lost all of my Vim knowledge that I used to have. Well, not all of it. I have all the basics still logged in my brain. Yeah, I'll get faster and faster, hopefully. If I just keep using Vim. Oh yeah, I can go through my entire code base and get rid of these unused headers that ClangD is now telling me about. What was I doing again? So what is a fast way of, if I already have a buffer open and I want to go to buffer 72, I mean it's faster just to open Telescope, I think. Oh wait, I can search the currently open buffers with Telescope like that, I think. I don't know. Let's do this like this instead. Why is there inconsistent indentation here? How do I fix that with Vim? Is it like that? Nope. How do I show the little tab symbols? I don't even know what to search for in the help. Maybe just look online. The tab characters. Set list chars. List chars. How do I see? Is it this like this? Okay. I need to learn all this. How do you do this? Let me find the answer. Set list. Oh, there we go. Why do I have all this inconsistent? What? When did this happen? Retab. Why doesn't that work? Why does retab never work for me? I'm so confused. What was it? I can't remember how to do it. Ah, there we go. You just press equals. Maybe I need... I don't know how all this happened. It's everywhere. I have these like white space characters everywhere. Oh no, I just need to set this. I need to set that for every buffer. Where here it is. So is it vim opt list equals true? Maybe. I'm getting there. I'm learning how to use Vim. What file was I in? I can't remember what I was doing now. Oh yeah. So just do this. Can't resize the window? What's happening? What is going on? What? Have I got caps lock on? No. I've messed up my... I can't... What is happening? I don't know what I did. I can't move up and down using J and K anymore. What did I do? I have no idea what I did. This is weird. J now does this. What the hell, NeoVim? What did I do? I was trying to resize the window and it did something really weird. I don't know if that's a NeoVide bug or NeoVim. That was weird. How do I make this window bigger? Like that. But I want to do it like 20... Oh, now it works. That's what I did before and it completely fucked everything up. Fucked up my keyboard input. Maybe it was because I was doing a build in the background? Don't know. Okay, so error. Run the scripts if the error is not empty, then I think we just throw an exception here. Okay, that's that, I think. Maybe I would prefer if these were bigger. Oh, it doesn't apply to currently open buffers. It's going to be a lot of this. While I'm still getting used to Vim, there's going to be a lot of restarting it, changing settings, restarting. Eventually everything, my configuration will converge on something that I actually like. Okay. Handle input scripts, handle latency. Okay, what's next? Okay, the core also needs actually the script info. Nope, I pressed the wrong thing. Script. Remember when I used to use Vim years ago, I would always have like 4 windows like this. That was the way I like to code. 4 tiny windows. I had a much smaller monitor back then as well. So script info. And if there's any error present, then it shouldn't attempt to bake it at all. This tells us whether the script is an input script or not. I'm misusing the word sync. Sort of. Technically it's correct because of the way that everything is implemented, but on the surface it doesn't seem right because it's like it's processing the audio rather than syncing it. What now? Oh yeah, I need to actually get this information into the back end somehow. Script. Do we have any? I have no reference to script in this file yet. So set script. I guess this is per block rather than per core. No, not really. It depends where I want to propagate it. Yeah, let's do it like this. This is probably going to change a lot as I go along here. I still don't know what I'm doing. Set script. I don't have a key binding set up for sorting alphabetically, which when I was using VS Code was F9. So that's my muscle memory currently. But I might want to use F9 for something else. I think if Vim, it's pretty simple. You just go sort, right? Yeah. So maybe I don't even need a key binding. And now it's funny having no muscle memory for opening files. Every time I want to open a file, I have to think, how do I do it again? Like that. Actually, no, I just want to switch to the source, right? So it's, again, remember what the key binding is. Like that. Okay. What source file did it go to? That's not the right one. Oh, there is no CPP counterpart to this header file. That's why. So it just went to a random one. I don't know. That's quite interesting. Why did it go here? What file do I want to open? FuzzX processor. The horrible, horrible file. So. Well, that's how I do things here. Yeah, okay. Nope. This one. Lock. This stuff is in dire need of a refactor. I can tell because I'm going to show you this copying data. I'm having this stuff is especially stupid right now. Trigger baking node. It's actually just exactly the same as that one. Let me just put this in here. Trigger baking node output. Yes. Then I also have to update the baking graph. Update baking graph. which will do this automatically, I think. Do bacon graph. If I update the bacon graph, both of these happen automatically, I think. Or will it? Oh, yeah. This shouldn't exist. I don't need that because I'm not doing real-time rendering with these scripts. It's all offline. Okay, I'm starting to remember how this works. So in snapshots, script. How do I get the block? I don't like the word wrapping. Fit. Help. Wrap. No wrap. It would be nice if the NeoVim guys like updated all this documentation to tell you how to modify it in NeoVim rather than Vim, because this is like Vim script examples, right? If I want to change the setting, I have to like guess, I think, that it would be Vim opt wrap equals false, I think. Okay, Vim opt wrap equals false. Yeah, that's what it is. Does that apply to all buffers now? Yeah. Okay. I need to get the block. How do I do that? Now what? Oh yeah, this is stuff that I still need to sort out from the changes I made to the way frames are loaded. That's the exporting, which I can leave to later. This bit. Oh yeah, I never did this. I never finished. This was before I started switching to NeoVim. This is a few days ago. What was I doing here? I have this thing here. Oh yeah, I just remembered something I want to do. Remembered something I want to do. Let's go to This is dynamic stereo. I want to go to my audio data library, which is here. No, no, that doesn't do what I want. Go to here. How do I then... I need to do more configuration because I just switched to a different project. How do I then open the browser? Vimtree open. I want to open it in the current working directory. Open browser, a current file, and focus browser, open browser. Let's see, open browser, and current working directory. I don't know how to do that. Vimtree commands. Beautiful. You can just pass a path argument. Okay. This is Vim. I can't remember. I have code for doing this somewhere. Get code. So tree open. Why am I doing it like this? Can't I? Can't I just do it like this? Pretty sure I can. Let's try that. So the current working directory is that. Open browser. This. Didn't work. Oh, I need to do that. Tentacle global. Oh, API tree. Oh, right. I get it. I get it. You have to go. This is stuff that I'm still learning about how NeoVim works. So you have to go. It's something like require. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to guess it's that. And mvim tree was tree. Tree dot API tree open? It's not going to be that, is it? There's no way that works. Oops. To index field API. Yeah. Or is it just this? Probably not. NVim tree API. Okay, like that. So tree API open. No? API. API tree open. Right. Hey, okay, that's what I wanted. Open browsing current working directory. So I need to bind a key to that function now. Let's maybe say Control Alt F12 like that. I'm never going to remember that. I'm going to have to do it about 100 times before I start to remember it. And now I can do that at least. So if I just press F12, it opens for the current file. Control Alt F12 is for the working directory. Okay. Right, this is a library I have for representing audio data in memory. And I want to pick window, A. I want to, and now ClangD is going to have a bunch of errors because it doesn't have compile commands. I don't have any presets set up for this or anything. Test. Alright, I have to do a bunch of admin to set up the build environment for this. So let's create a file here called cmake presets. And open my other one for reference. I don't know what this version field is for. Let me look it up. Cmake presets version. Is it the version? Is the version of the JSON schema. So you have different features available depending on that. So the highest is 10. Preset file specifying version 10 or above may include comments using the key comment. Oh my god. Alright, just make it 10. Version 10. I really need to get used to pressing Control Y. I keep forgetting that. Let's just delete this now. I'm never going to use that. And never going to use that probably. Well, let's leave it. Just in case. Yada 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 yada. So that's fine. I'm just going to use. I'm not going to commit this to version control. like I do for Blockhead. So I'll just do a local thing. So delete this one. Okay. Now I need to remember. So I have this plugin for running CMake tasks. Task set module param CMake configure preset. Nope. My JSON's wrong. Expected comma before dictionary key. Where? I made a mistake somewhere. What line? Expected comma before dictionary key. Whereabouts? There's a missing comma. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. There it is. Now what? Trailing comma. Trailing comma. Are you sure? Oh yeah, I see it. Right there. It's very picky about those commas. Okay. Now do that. Then we set the build preset to that. And then we press F7. And nothing happens because... Interesting. Why? Why would it? Why would? What? What? Huh? Oh no! I have to press. Sorry. Control F7 first to configure. I remember. And now it's going to complain about boost. Okay. Because I actually do need to set CMake prefix path to this. Okay. And that's not going to build because I need to build, add build tests. Build tests on. Okay. Okie dokie. I want to do something here. Ah, the power commands. Right. I also need to create a file here called .clangd. Let me just check. Oh, yeah, so I should have some compile commands. Let me just check. In z build as compile commands. Yes, there we go. clangd. What is the format of this file again? Let me check by looking in here. So do I need to reload now, or is it going to pick that up automatically? I think I just need to make a change to the file. There we go, cool. Okay. I want to do something here where test case. Oh, is this doc test? Yeah, yeah. Convert. What's it called? Window A. Convert. Fully dynamic. To dynamic stereo. This is going to be a useful thing to have. Make channel count 2. Frame count 10. Mix stereo. I think I should simply be able to go data 1 equals data 0. And the library should do the right thing here. So data 1 equals data 0. Let's just fill in some data first. So data 0, right. Just, let me just write the I'm so used to pressing tab to accept those. And then that for the AI thing. Is that right? That should work, I think. So I just need to implement that assignment operator. Right. Operator equals. Right, let me think. It's if fully dynamic stereo. Import value type. This is going to get a bit hairy in terms of concepts and templates and things. Requires which is not equal to dynamic extent. So we have a static number of channels on the left hand side, dynamic number of channels on the right hand side. So we're just going to take the hold on. Well, I have to decide on the behavior. Yes, okay. The point of what I'm doing here is I want to optimize. No, it doesn't matter if I optimize the actual assignment. That's not what I'm caring about, actually. I just want to change the format, so I could just do a copy here, actually. I don't really care about that. But I could optimize the move. Okay, let's try and do things properly. This is only going to work in like the one situation, because it's not going to be generic enough to work for everything. But what is this? If this is a static, right, I need to think. So the destination channel count equals this. The source channel count is that. Don't even need those, right? This is very confusing. Oh, and I need to also require that fuzz is dynamic extent. Okay, if I wanted to like fully flesh out this library, there'd be about 20 of these for all the different kinds of assignment you could do. So on the right hand side, we have basically have a vector of vectors. On the left hand side, we have an array of vectors. And I want to move each respective vector over to the left hand side into the array. So it's basically for size t I equals I equals I is less than chuz. What is it? Storage. Storage. Does this work? Storage. Here we go. Channels T. How does this work? Channels T. Channels type. Channels. Yep, I get it. So it's an array. So this is an array. So st at I equals move the right hand side st at I and then we have to think I have to decide what to do. If there aren't enough channels on the right hand side, then it's obvious what we do. If I is this greater than or equal to right side get channel count, then we just break. If it's less than, then what do we do? Just don't touch those channels, I think. So let's improve the test. Source. Okay, let's see. Info is not a member of ads. How can I make this taller? Oh, like that. Okay. No operative ham, blah, blah, blah. No acceptable conversion, blah, blah. Could be this. Oh yeah, of course. So I need to do a move. Otherwise it won't compile. Then we read. So what's wrong with that? It doesn't like my read. Why doesn't it like the channel? Oh, it should be channel index. Now then, can I access private member? Interesting. Because it's a, yeah, it's technically a different type. ha 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 ha. So I can just do that. It does the same thing, right? Now what? Straight not satisfied. No overloaded function can convert all the argument types. Play type. Yeah. Constraint not satisfied. Is mono data. Ah. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. This should be, yes, thank you. Okay, I know what's going on. First of all, that, and then, in fact, this should be channel index. Now what? That? I think so. And now it's complaining about channel index, channel count. Oh, interesting. I don't actually have that. Now what? So that can complain because it's not a size T, maybe. Oh, it worked. Okay. Right, so when we move the one channel, then we should read channel index 0. And then read channel index 1. These should all be zero. Then we do this. That should be a perfect match. Then we do this, which should work the same way. And now how do I run that? That's... What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm pressing all the wrong keys. That one. What the fuck is happening? Thanks for that. Test. Yep. Where is it? I don't know where that went. Here it is. I need to set up some kind of commands for running things like this, but for now... Why can't I paste? I can't paste. What the fuck? It doesn't let me paste in there? Oh my god. Can I do this? Oh my god, what are you doing? Why would you do that? All I want to do is run that fucking file. I'm just going to type it out manually. If I try... Success! Okay, I think I did it. I have a lot to learn about NeoVim there, about running executables. I need to set something up to make that easier. So ignore this. And ignore this, probably. Yes. Get from fully dynamic to dynamic stereo. Okay, now I need to go back to Blockhead. Now what was that key that I set up? Control Alt, whoops. Control Alt F12. Now see that? Changed. It's not working. My special key isn't working. Control Alt F12. Oh, there we go. I have to close it first. Yeah, I need to set up more commands for running my dependency manager thing. Nope. I could just do it like this. Require ads. Yeah, I should write a command for that. So I did it here. to go to the toilet. Oh, I've been recording for an hour and a half. Okay, I'm going to stop.